Fighting out of St. Peters, Missouri, Brandon Smithley. Brandon Smithley.
I do not know you, but I am your brother.
You do not know me, but I am your protector.
I will run into a burning building to save your life.
Though I do not know your name, I will take a bullet for you.
Though we've never met,
I believe in duty
and sacrifice of self.
Your family is my family.
Is my family. Your life is my duty.
What's going on, guys? It is time for another episode of Behind the Uniforms. The whole idea behind this show, as many of you know, is that we invite police officers, veterans, first responders to come bring a bottle of whiskey for the whiskey wall, share two stories, a very positive, fun, funny, upbeat story, and a very difficult story of something that they've faced over the years. So I've got this dude. Tell them all who you are.
My name is Brandon Smithley. I was a police officer for about 13 years. Got out of it shortly after the Ferguson riots. Being stuck in that just kind of burned me out on it. And that's pretty much it.
So he flew in from like a million miles away, and poor guy didn't know that here in Connecticut it's a communist state and you can't buy alcohol after 9 o'clock. So we have another buddy of ours, Matt from the Whiskey Patriots, who gave him a bottle of, what is this?
Red Saw bourbon whiskey.
It's really bad, so we're going to put that on the wall, and we're going to pull out something special. Listen, you have to taste the 30-year-old scotch because you drove from so far away that you get the $2,000 taste test. So welcome to the family, my friend. And
It's a pleasure.
First, cheers. Now, it's all up to you. You want to start high or low?
You know what? We can start... Just roll the dice. You go with it.
All right, so tell me, I guess, why don't we start with, you said St. Louis, right? Mm-hmm. And you said Ferguson was difficult. Why'd you get out? What was that whole situation? What was the catalyst?
Just the whole thing, really seeing that law enforcement is feeling like we were a puppet for the government. And that was evident when the governor of Missouri at the time, Jay Nixon, just tied law enforcement's hands and said, nope, you will not engage the rioters. You're just going to let them do their thing. You're not allowed to wear the Kevlar helmets. You're not allowed to wear anything that looks like a military type uniform. You have to be in a regular street uniform. Nothing, I mean...
What's the rationale?
Just stand there. Because they said that our appearance is what was fueling that fire.
Not rioters coming and throwing rocks at your head, but the fact that you're there to enforce the law, hold the thin blue line, protect people.
Right. So it just seemed like a complete opposite shift of what it was supposed to be. You know, and the fact that people really didn't care, like the people in those positions really didn't care, that we're just trying to go home. Just same as they want to go home at the end of their job. We want to go home too. We have families and everything. So to tell us, hey, you're not allowed to wear protective gear anymore. I mean,
unbelievable.
Go tell firefighters they can't wear protective gear going into a burning house. See how many houses get saved.
Right. That's a great point, man. So was that your dark day?
No. I mean, there were some darker days. Gosh, I didn't know we were going to go low.
Yeah, we're going low.
Allie kind of set me up for failure. I'm blaming you, girl. She said one funny story and one good story.
Oh, yeah, no, it's okay. I'll chat with her about that.
We're going to be miserable.
After. We're calling her out right in this show. The look that we're getting right now.
I know, horrible.
All right, talk to me about your low.
The lowest point actually came shortly after I got out of law enforcement. I had just gone up to Walmart, just really quick, and pulled up. I was on a motorcycle and parked next to this van. I get off the bike, and I look to my right, and I see this little girl in the back seat of the van. And then in the driver's seat, I see an older lady, not like super old, but, you know, probably mom, whatever. And van's running, it's a hot summer day. I'm don't think anything about it. Don't give it a second thought. I go in the store. I'm in there for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, and come back out, and the passenger door, the sliding door on the van is open now. I hear sirens, and I see this little girl's like frantic, talking to some other lady that's standing there on the phone. I'm like, oh, this can't be good. And I look in the front seat where the driver was, and she's head back, mouth open. I'm like, oh, shit. And so it's weird because you just kind of go into that autopilot. You know, here I am, not a cop anymore, and you just go right back into, it just kicks in, it
You just
takes
do the
over.
right thing.
Go over there, an officer pulls up, and I said, what do you got going? I said, 13-year veteran, I'm here to help. What can I do? He said, I don't know yet. He opens the driver's door. He said, I don't have a pulse. See what you get. I'm going to grab AED out of the car. So I check for a pulse. I'm like, we got nothing, man. We get her out, start doing CPR, and he said, I'm going to cut her shirt off so we can put the AED on her. All right, cool. He cuts her shirt off, and then we see it, just this ginormous belly. This woman's like ready to pop pregnant.
Oh my God.
And we both give each other that look, just that, oh, don't know if I can say that, but
Yeah,
whatever.
no, you're good.
So, and we look down, I mean, it's like something out of Alien. You can see the baby like thrashing around inside of her. And so we worked her as much as we could until the medics got there. They took over, and you know, I started talking to the little girl, and she was 7 years old, and I mean, I was able to find out later that the lady didn't survive, and the baby didn't make it either.
Oh my
and then,
God.
I mean, that one just really messed with me because, you know, I've got a 7-year-old son, a 6-year-old daughter, and my girlfriend's pregnant. So I was just like, ugh.
Oh my God. All right, well, bring me high because.
So hi, I'm gonna do 2 just because I can.
Good.
I'm gonna give you a funny story.
Excellent.
Recover from that low.
Excellent.
So it was one of those days I'm not wanting to do anything, just feeling like probably maybe hungover, who knows, could be. And I was like, you know what better way to not have to do anything than to sit in the wide open in a fully marked patrol car right on the side of the road. Surely nobody's gonna do anything stupid, right? This guy comes flying through like 40 miles an hour over the speed limit. I was like, well, now I kind of have to do something. So I pull him over. I walk up. It's an older gentleman. He's going on about how pulling traffic stops is such a waste of time, and he's got a master's in criminology and a bachelor's in psychology and all this other stuff. And I'm letting him talk and do his thing. And once he's done, I say, well, I can see you're very proud of your education. He said, yes, sir, I am. I said, well, I am too. I'm really proud of my PhD, so I'll be right back with you. Just remain in the vehicle. Go back, write him his ticket. I come up, I'm explaining the ticket to him. He's giving me this, he's just got this dumbfounded look on his face. I mean, like he just himself and he can't figure out where the smell's coming from. Like, I said, is there a problem? Are you having difficulty understanding the explanation of the summons? And he said, I'm just really not understanding how you have a PhD. He said, you look like you're 14. And I did at the time. I mean, this was several years ago.
Wow.
And I said, well, I do have a PhD, sir. Public high school diploma. I'm going to need you to press really hard there. There's 5 copies.
That's awesome.
Shut him down.
That's great.
So cops are usually pretty quick.
I love it.
Gotta stay on your feet.
Oh, he deserved it.
Then the other one was the story we were talking about. I spent most of my time focusing on the narcotics side of the house. So if you didn't have dope, money, or guns, I really didn't care. Not to say I didn't care, but it wasn't my focus. So there I am one night just trying to find some dope, and I see this car go by, and people say profiling is wrong. I say it's good police work, because when you're working in a predominantly African-American neighborhood and it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you see a guy that's white as a sheet driving through there and you know there are 3 white people that live in your beat.
Right.
He's not one of them.
Right.
There's probably a reason. So he was speeding anyway, so I pulled him over. And I go up, and it was instantaneous, the vibe I got as soon as I made contact. Just this creepy, I felt just got the creeps, man,
Yeah.
bad. And I look in there, there's a younger female in there, and she's giving me that please help me look. So I just kind of go through the motions of the traffic stop. I check him out, everything's good. I was waiting for my side partner to pull up. So I get the assist car. I go back up. I ask the guy to come out and talk to me for a little bit. So he comes to the back of the car, and I start asking him just basic questions. Where are you guys coming from? Where are you headed? And I said, how do you know the young lady? He says, oh, I just met her tonight, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, just sit tight with my partner here. I'm going to go talk to her. And the craziest thing happened. He said, you don't need to talk to her. She's mine.
What?
I said, I'm sorry, she's what? He said, she's mine. She belongs to me. And just the chill that came over me and my partner both. We're looking at each other. I'm like, is this guy serious? I said, well, I'm going to talk to her, and you're going to stand here, and that's the end of it. So I get her out of the car and asked her what's going on. She said, I have no idea what's going on. I was down at one of the clubs having some drinks with friends. We got separated, and I'm a college student. I was just trying to walk back to the dorms, and this guy offered me a ride, and I know we're not going towards the dorms. I don't know where we're going.
Holy crap, man.
Okay, well, you're gonna go home now. We're gonna make sure of that. So she didn't want to do anything with it, didn't want to pursue anything. She's like, I just want to go home. I just want to be away from this. I feel so weird and so creeped out. I just want it to go away. I want it to be over. So, I mean, there's nothing we could really do. We couldn't force the issue on her.
Right.
But, I mean, the gentleman and myself had a conversation before the stop was over.
Man.
And just so weird.
So you stopped the kidnapping?
I mean, that's the way it seems. I can't say for sure, but...
Holy cow. Well, all right, that's probably one of the more awesome stories we've had on the show so far.
Well, yay.
That's crazy. Well, listen, brother, I really appreciate you flying out. This episode is going to be dropping a little bit after the Whiskey Patriots, so for those of you who are watching who didn't catch the episode where he was featured in the Whiskey Patriots, go back and check it out. You're a beast, man. And I heard you're big into jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, real big into that. That totally has changed my life. After I got burnt out on police work, I was in a pretty low spot.
Sure.
And just started training. The more I trained, the better I felt. And now, they said I had PTSD and everything, and I was being treated for that after I got out. And here I am, less than a year and a half later, no pills, no head doctor.
It's awesome.
Barely drink.
Awesome.
55 pounds lighter, and feeling great.
Incredible, man. Well,
Just
good
takes
for
care of
you.
itself.
So we've got some partners in this show who are just wonderful people. We've got Rob over at Manchester Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We've got the team over at Thin Blue Line CrossFit in Manchester. So hope I heard you were over there playing last night, rolling around a little bit.
Rob choked me a few times.
Excellent. Rob's into that
He's a
sort of
beast.
thing. So Rob's also a cop, so I'm sure you guys got along great. But brother, cheers to you. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks for having me, Kyle.
Guys, just one request. Share this video. These are men and women behind the uniforms who just want to go home to their families every single day, and we can help them by changing the narrative here in America. So God bless you. God bless America. Again, cheers.